What is going on, everybody? So I recently came across this video on the internet where this woman's basically talking about how she manipulates men specifically for money. So I wanted to play this video, offer up some commentary, and then I'll do like a reaction or response at the end, just to give you guys my thoughts. So here is the video.
Hey girls, so I want to give you girls a little bit more tips on how I manipulate men. And I told you girls, when you first meet a guy, listen to everything they're saying because you can use their strength and their weaknesses against them. So for example, if they're a businessman and they're constantly bragging about how good they are, their businesses are going, you can say, babe, I know that you're struggling a little bit and I'm not too sure if you can help me out, but A, B, and C, D, this is what I need. They are going to be triggered. They're going to be like, wait, what do you mean, babe? I can help you out. I'm not struggling financially. Like, what are you talking about?
So I'm just pause it there. Clearly, she's targeting guys who are wealthy, guys that are rich. I'm assuming it's probably like a sugar daddy, sugar baby type of relationship or situation, even though she doesn't say that right here. But she's definitely targeting guys for money.
You are triggering emotion out of them to get something you want. Do you see where I'm coming? And you girls are like so scared. Y'all just have to be bold for this and make it sound very innocent. You do not want to offend him. We can do this with their baby voices. If he's a doctor, you can use his strengths against him. Like he's super smart. You can say, babe, I know you're just a doctor, but do you know anything about this? He's be like, yeah, just because I'm a doctor doesn't mean I don't know. He will give you full on details on everything. He'll probably even do research to tell you about this topic. Like use these guys' strength to their advantage to get what you want out of them. For example, if he used to say he used to have a really abusive dad, you can call him later on in the relationship. This is all fake. You can make up a fake ass story and be like, baby, I just got off the phone with my dad and he was yelling at me and he told me like he's not paying my car insurance anymore and I just don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. Do you have any advice? Now that he has that kind of connection with you and the dad.
Honestly, I mean, this is just a huge red flag. Like who's falling for this? If I'm dating someone and they call me up basically asking me to pay their car insurance, we're not going to be dating anymore. I mean, come on. That's just the only guys that fall for this bullshit is either guys that are like a sugar daddy and are in that type of relationship. So they kind of just expect that they're going to have to cough up money at some point, or B, just weak men who have no backbone. And I would assume for those men that they're not going to last very long dating this type of girl anyways. And she's probably not even targeting those types of guys in the first place because they probably don't have a lot of money.
Relationship with he is going to step up and he's going to be like, well, babe, how much is it? How much is it? You know, like, are you okay? Yada, yada. It's all a big ass mind game that use their strengths against them, their weaknesses against them. And even when I was telling you girls, like in the beginning, just listen to everything they're saying. So you have an idea on who you're really talking to, how the way you can talk to them. Because it's just like very like reverse psychology. Think about it. You tell somebody they're not going to do something, they're going to do something to prove to you that they can, especially if they can do it. You know what I mean?
The psychology of it actually does make sense. I can't really argue much with her there.
And like, remember I told you girls, oh, boost the fuck out of their ego. The reason why I tell you girls to do that is because I want you girls to break their ego before you ask for something. So let's say before you ask for a phone or something to get paid, you can be like, babe, back then, did they have phones? So you can remind him that you're the prize and he's older than you. He's gonna.
Okay. So again, she kind of gives herself away there that she's going after older, rich, wealthy men, AKA sugar daddies. I'm going to stop the video there because there's not much left in it, but yes. All right. So after watching that, I think it's really easy for a lot of guys to get pissed off or angry after watching that. And it leaves this like sour taste in your mouth about women and all this. But when I watched that, I didn't feel mad. I wasn't angry or upset with her at all. I was actually kind of sad for her because I think her situation and her mindset and kind of like life philosophy there is messed up, and it's gonna come back around and bite her in the ass in the long run. And I say that because these types of relationships where there's like financial dependency involved can become very addicting because of that like dependency, right? The more they give you, the more dependent you become on them. The more your like life or like cost of living, I guess, like inflates, and you just become more and more dependent on them, and that can be very addicting to where you're staying in the relationship for the money aspect more so than because you're actually excited and like enjoying the relationship. So it's dangerous in that sense. But then also I think at some point she is going to get to a point where she wants stability and she wants to essentially get out of that lifestyle, right? Like you can't enjoy or want to manipulate and date around like that forever. Like it's just human nature to want stability and want commitment. Men want it too. And I think she's going to reach a point where she wants that, or she's like forced out of the lifestyle because these like sugar daddy type guys that she's dating no longer want her, and they now want the younger, more attractive, beautiful women that, you know, are just younger. And I think what's going to happen to her when she gets to that point is she's not going to have anybody to date then, because all of the good guys that are her age are already taken. They're dating or in serious relationships or married or engaged. And then the other high value single guys that are her age are also wanting that younger group of women. So I think she's going to find herself 5, 10 years down the road really kicking herself for engaging in these types of relationships in the first place. And then it's also just sad because this is the type of content that is influencing younger generations. Like videos like this go viral because of the toxic nature of them. And it's hard to find good, genuine advice online nowadays because you're just flooded with all of this bullshit like this. And you know, videos like this are just teaching women that relationships should be built off of manipulation and that they should use their sex appeal and looks and innocence to get what they want out of a relationship. And that's just a very toxic and transactional way to view relationships that I think a lot of people are going to find themselves like hating or realizing the dangers of down the road. I mean, it's essentially like softcore prostitution, if we're being honest. They're selling their souls, right? So you know, that's just, it's frustrating that this is the types of content that's consuming our generations. But I guess my advice, my good genuine advice for men who are watching this video and who may find themselves in a situation where a lot of the women their age are dating older men that have money, and not necessarily sugar daddies per se, but just older men that have money. My advice to you guys is to be patient. You know, over time, a man's value increases. The more a guy earns, the more they just become in control of their life, the more their life, the more their value is going to go up, right? If you're doing the right things and improving yourself, you will go up in value. So, you know, your day will come. And I also want to say that, you know, there are good women out there, despite what the internet likes to show you and all the toxic advice and videos you'll see. I think in the real world, there are good women out there. And I guess my piece of advice for women that are watching this video, because I know some women who watch this channel, is that pay attention to the decisions you're making early on in life, because they 100% can come back around and bite you in the ass. And while you may not agree with the reality of it or be awake to the reality of it now, when you get to a point to where you do come to that realization, or you do have a change of heart and change of mind, it very well may be too late. So that's just my 2 cents. You know, I think videos like this are kind of interesting because it shows different perspectives, and it kind of just shows, you know, our modern culture and society that we're living in now. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And as always, I appreciate you guys. Peace.